Another week passed on by as we welcome the warmth from another approaching spring. Everything feels the same, except many have ditched the long padding and lightened their wardrobe. The weather is truly beautiful outside, so why not enjoy ourselves another delicious gukbap before the heat fully takes over the streets of Seoul. Now today will be the last stop for our gukbap trip in Seoul. There are hundreds of gukbap restaurants around, but we decided to visit a 50-euro restaurant that specialized in Korean beef gukbap. Uiryeong Hanwoo Gukbap is in a standalone building with 2 floors. We went right before lunch rush, so it was pretty empty. I was pretty stoked to find out that they serve body tea here. We were pretty starving when we got there, so fortunately, service was really quick. Yeah, right. Except I shot myself in the foot when I realized it needed a little oomph. Well, that should be enough tweaking. Let's get to the soup before it gets cold. Today's soup looked like a spicy love child of blood sausage and pork intestine soup with bean sprouts, beef, and the usual sidekicks. But it's worth noting that beef dough was quite tender. With the proper amount of noodle or rice, it's a pretty tasty bite. Though this soup already came with rice inside, I'm not a fan of super soggy rice, so I added more after finishing what was initially given to me. Hey, rice was free, so that's more of an excuse for me to add more. As for our side dishes today, here is my beloved onions and soybean paste.
There's no onion left. So I'll just grab it.
The radish and kimchi plus the soup felt like a wildfire burning in my mouth. I can handle spice, but they were parading from my tongue to my throat. Though the flavors may torch you, the price won't. Our soup were 18,000 won in total, plus a street view from the 2nd floor. I'd say that's a win. After my last attempt to put out the fire with body tea, I was ready to throw in the towel. I felt warm and well fed. 잘 먹었습니다.
So this is the last stop for our gukbap series. We visited 4 places. First one was Seoul, the ox bone, and then the blood sausage. And then last week was intestine, and this week is just beef gukbap. I think my favorite is either between the blood sausage or the intestines. I like the flavor of the blood sausage is a lot thicker, but I like the textures and all the intestines that were included. The intestine one is something that I can eat a lot more often, and I won't feel too heavy, but the punchy flavor of the blood sausage one is really, it's a very close second in my heart. Now that we're finished with gukbap, next week we're going to explore totally different things than what we are doing right now. So stay tuned, and I will see you next week.